be with me for the rest of my life, particularly as I am a grandson of Holocaust survivors and World War II veterans. I've shared this before.
Nobody can tell us to stop while there's even one hostage there. Nobody can tell us or preach us on proportionality when there's one man or woman in the cellars or tunnels of Gaza. The Jewish people always had and will always have alvut hadadit, solidarity. That's why each of you came here. And here we until they release and apply all the pressure on Hamas to release the hostages now. I'll finish.
For justice more broadly. A few weeks ago, we learned that his 19-year-old son, Itai, a soldier in the IDF who was thought to be held hostage for 5 months, had actually been killed on October 7th. But he has agreed that any ceasefire agreement must at least include the return of the hostages. And I dare anyone in that United Nations building, anyone in my district in New York City, anyone throughout New York City or this country, to say that any ceasefire agreement should not include the release of the hostages. And if you agree with that, which you must, then you must recognize that Israel does not control a ceasefire agreement. Israel does not control release of the hostages, Hamas does. And so there's no question that Israel must...
תחזור כבר להיות ראש הממשלה. תחזור כבר להיות ראש הממשלה. Prime Minister Bennett, what are your thoughts on Joe Biden's call for an immediate ceasefire?
Gets home. And I'm the mother of First Goldberg Farm. There are a lot of fun things people can be doing on a crisp April Sunday afternoon. So to show up to give support and love in a time of darkness shows what you're made of, and it shows what you value, and it shows what every single one of you are. We have felt a lot in these last 184 days, but we have never felt alone, and we have never felt so much love from so many people who we've never even met. And for that, we are beyond grateful and thank you. I speak a lot and nothing changes But yesterday, something changed. Elad Katsir was confirmed to have been killed in captivity. And so our number is no longer 134. It has changed to 133 because Elad's body was recovered and returned to Israel yesterday. I think it is critical for the world to know who this diverse group of hostages is comprised of, because there are many of the 133 that the world never hears about because there is so very much noise. I don't hear...
The same place on January 12 to mark 100 days of captivity and to demand again for the immediate release of the hostages. I don't think any of us could possibly have imagined that 6 months, 184 days after October 7, that we would still need to be here again on the...
We must do more to bring food and assistance to those who are suffering. We must protect those. We must protect those delivering the aid. We must remember that we are better than Hamas. And we must be...
He said he's here to show us, the Jews, that there are Iranians that stand with Israel.
He's left.
You may take off this too.
It's not today, right? It's worn out.
Voices heard, terrible weeping. It's Achel who's crying for her children. She cannot be comforted. None of you here can be comforted by words.
Now bring them home! Now bring them home! Now.
What do we want?
All of them!
When do we want them?
Now!
What do we want?
All of them!
When do we want them?
Now!
What do we want?
All of them!
When do we want them?
Now!
Before we sing a tikva, the song of hope, I want to say something about the people who give me tikva.
How can you do this? You're this big! You're going to be ashamed of yourself!
Let's go! Keep it up! Pay attention to where you're walking. You don't strip and fall.
Is all of us here, you all have a role. Whether you are Republican, Ali, Yala, Barak, Tal, Dani, Liri, Eilon.
They will be looking for your children to take. Why should it mark
No, that's Captain Fish. We're talking about State of Israel!
No, the state of Israel!
Judaism, yes!
Zionism, no! The state of Israel must go!
Israel is not a Jewish state!
5, 6, 7, 8! Israel is not a Jewish state!
Prime Minister
Minister, do you have any comment on 7 World Trade Kitchen workers being killed by 3 school strikes? Do you have any comment?
Home.